my hoarding stuff.
Old pieces of wood, tobacco sticks, those sound like things you no longer need. But with the right pieces and handy tools, those old items become new again.
I just love using materials that, that have a history behind them. I mean, a lot of the stuff I build, I can not only tell you what kind of wood it is, but where it came from. That it was an old house in Columbia that got taken down, or an old barn that was taken down.
Monty is the owner of an artisan shop in Murray County called Copperhead Creek Studios. He spends countless hours in his wood shop, taking discarded materials and bringing them back to life.
To me, just being in my woodworking shop and seeing something, seeing a piece of wood or seeing an older piece of furniture or a box of parts, and just putting it together in my head before I even start, and seeing how pieces come together. And sometimes you'll be down to that one little piece that on something that you're not sure about, and I'll glance across the shop and I'll see something and I'm like, that's it. It's almost like a puzzle sometimes, but I don't know, the pieces just come together, and to me that's just, I don't know, it's a gift from God to be able to do something like that.
That gift allows Monty to make furniture, home decor, and art that's truly one of a kind. And when he's not creating his own pieces, he's helping his customers' ideas come to fruition.
Well, a lot of times, people are looking for a cabinet or a table, a coffee table, but that's another thing. When you go to stores, you're limited to size, height, all those dimensions are set for you before you even walk in the door. When you come to me, I mean, we can change all that. We can make it exactly what you want. We can make it out of whatever you want and whatever finish you got and want. So yeah, it's in that way they can have their ideas and their picture and their vision of what it is, and then I try to capture that vision from them and come up with that piece for them.
From the time that he was a little boy, Monty had a hammer and nail in his hands. He eventually spent 25 years as a cabinet builder and carpenter, but then he decided it was time to build a different type of career.
I think I just reached a point in my life where I just wanted to create. I wanted to make stuff, and that instead of just going out and doing jobs here and jobs there, not that there's not creativity in that, but a lot of times when people have you do this job or do that job, you're pleasing what they have in mind. And so I wanted to build stuff that was coming from my ideas and out of my head, and kind of ideas that I come up with.
One of the first things Monty repurposed was tobacco sticks that a friend gave him years ago. Today, he uses a wide range of materials, and he often finds inspiration by simply stepping outside.
A lot of things that I build, I think I see in nature. My wife laughs at me, but I tell her that the wood speaks to me, and I see pieces, and then I don't know, that's the way my mind works. I can almost see the finished piece before I even begin.
It usually takes about 3 or 4 days to complete a project, but sometimes inspiration strikes and there's no time to stop when the creative juices are flowing.
That's right, you can't. Once you start it, you gotta get it out of your head.
Once pieces like this nativity scene are done, Monty takes them down the street to his shop, Copperhead Creek Studios. It's then sold along with other locally made products.
This is a shop that you can buy things made by local artisans, and that's all it is. It's all handmade by local artisans. To me, that's very unique, and you're gonna find stuff here that you're not gonna find anywhere else, because this stuff came out of these guys' heads.
Monty started off showing his pieces in artisan shows and eventually fulfilled his dream of opening this quaint little shop. He attributes a lot of the success to his business partner, who also happens to be his partner in life.
I could never have done any of this without my wife, Renee. I mean, she has an eye for, I can build something, but to set it out and make it look good, that's her department, and that's where she comes in, and she's just been amazing.
This couple works as a team in their business, but when it came to naming the shop, well, Monty takes full credit for that one.
There's this little club here in town called the Men's Club, and when I bought that property and I told them I was going to build a house back in the hollow back there, they were like, oh, they said, that's Snake Hollow. So there's more copperhead back there than anywhere in Murray County. Well, I mean, I've seen a few, but there is this little creek that runs beside the house down through there. And so I always just called it Copperhead Creek because it doesn't have a name on the map or anything. So when we were coming up with a name for the business, I thought, that's kind of cool, Copperhead Creek.
Freaks a lot of people out.
But it does. It scares some people, but
you wanted it to be.
But it's kind of danger too, so it kind of draws you in.
That's not the only thing drawing people in. The custom work and the friendly atmosphere keep customers walking through the door. Monty hopes that visiting his store will remind everyone that we're all just as unique as the items he sells.
The world we live in today is everything's mass produced. It's assembly line. It's, there's not much originality left. And so, God created each of us as such unique individuals. And so in that way, I want my pieces to be very unique and each one showing a glimpse of who we are, that God sees us as very unique and one of a kind.